In a quiet land, there lived a large family: Jacob, his wives, and his many sons. Their home was always busy. Goats bleating, fire crackling, children running. Every evening, the family ate together and laughter filled the air. But in the middle of all this noise was one boy who was different. His name was Joseph. Joseph was the youngest, and his father Jacob loved him dearly. He even gave him a beautiful coat with many colors. Joseph's brothers noticed this. They whispered among themselves, "Why does father love Joseph more? He is the lastborn. He does not work as hard as we do." Their jealousy grew day by day. But Joseph was full of life. He was cheerful, hardworking, and most of all, he dreamed. Almost every night, Joseph had dreams that he believed meant something, and he loved sharing them. One morning, as the family gathered, Joseph said, "Brothers, listen to my dream. We were tying bundles of grain in the field, and suddenly your bundles bowed down to mine." The brothers laughed loudly. "Bowed down? To you, the lastborn?" Another added, "Joseph, you dreamed too much. Who told you we would ever bow to you?" But Joseph wasn't shaken. He went on, "Another night, I saw the sun, the moon, and 11 stars. They all bowed to me." His brothers groaned and mocked him, but Joseph's father, Jacob, grew silent. Later, Jacob pulled Joseph aside and said quietly, "My son, these dreams, they mean you are destined for greatness. One day, you will rise higher than you can imagine." Unfortunately, one of Joseph's brothers overheard this conversation. He ran to tell the others. Father believes Joseph's dreams. He even said, "Joseph will rule over us." The brothers clenched their fists in anger. Jealousy burned stronger. One afternoon, when Jacob sent Joseph to check on his brothers in the fields, they saw him coming from afar. One of them hissed, "Here comes the dreamer. This is our chance. Let's throw him into the pit. Father will think he got lost." And so they did. They stripped off Joseph's coat and pushed him into a deep pit. His cries echoed, but the brothers turned away. "We'll tell father he went to play and never returned." As evening fell, a kind woman passing by heard a faint cry. Curious, she moved closer, and with the help of others, she pulled Joseph out. She asked gently, "Where is your family?" Frightened, Joseph shook his head. "I have no family." He was too scared to tell the truth. He feared his brothers would find him and harm him again. The woman sighed. She was a maid who worked in the palace quarters. "Then you will stay with me," she said kindly. She took Joseph with her to the palace, where she lived among other servants. Joseph began a new life in the palace quarters. Though he was young, he helped with small chores. He was humble, respectful, and always willing to serve. Soon, people noticed his good heart and wise words. Years passed. Joseph grew older, and his gift never left him. One night, the king's attendants were troubled by dreams they could not understand. Joseph listened and said, "This is what your dream means." He explained every detail clearly, and it happened exactly as he said. News of this spread quickly. Finally, the king himself had a dream that none of his wise men could explain. When Joseph was brought before him, the king asked, "Can you tell me what this dream means?" Joseph bowed. "I cannot, but God can give the meaning." Then Joseph explained, "Your dream shows 7 years of plenty, followed by 7 years of hunger. You must prepare during the plenty, so your people survive during the famine." The king was astonished. He looked at his officials and said, Who else is as wise as this young man? From today, Joseph shall be in charge of all the land. And just like that, the boy who was once thrown into a pit was now lifted to a throne. Years later, during the famine, Joseph's brothers came seeking food. They bowed before him, not knowing it was Joseph. The dream he once told had come true. But Joseph did not take revenge. Instead, with tears in his eyes, he forgave them. What you meant for harm, God turned for good. And so, children, Joseph's journey teaches us something very important. Jealousy and anger only bring pain, but love and forgiveness bring healing. Dreams may look impossible at first, but if you hold on and stay patient, they can come true. Just like Joseph's. Even when people treat you unfairly, never give up, because every challenge can become a step towards your future. So, remember this. Be kind to your brothers and sisters. Be patient when things are hard. And never stop believing in the dreams God has put in your heart. Joseph forgave his brothers, and that forgiveness saved his whole family. What about you? Will you choose kindness and forgiveness too?
Hello, friends! Did you enjoy our story? Ask your grown-up to subscribe so you can join me on the next adventure. See you soon! Bye!